the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 2. It says, bearing ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of a Mashiach. Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start by giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. My name's Brother Napak from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa Bay, Florida. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who teach and well. Peace and blessings to the full elect and the ones listening in. And I want to get into a quick lesson. All right, as you see, as the video is titled. All right, bear ye one another's, each other's burdens as a brotherhood. You know, be your brother's keeper. All right, because in the spirit, I just been meditating on that whole, thought process. Is, you got to be there for your brethren, man. All right, as a brotherhood, we are a unit. We're united, together. All right, and certain brothers, and each one of us brothers got our own hell, man, that we go through. We all go through it. All right, and a lot of times brothers go through certain things alone, man, and a lot of times that can destroy a brother's spirit, going through certain things alone. So we have a brotherhood, man, and with that brotherhood, you have brothers that's there for you, to comfort you and exhort you through the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Now I'm gonna bring this back. This is Galatians 6 and verse 2, and it says, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of a Mashiach." And in the NOT it says, "Share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of a Mashiach." All right. So in this truth, we're sharing each other's burdens, man. All right. Certain brothers may go through certain things. All right, and you're there for that brother. You're there to uplift that brother. You're there to, if the brother needs a shoulder, to vent to or to cry on, you're there. All right, and that's just being your brother's keeper, man. All right, and it's truth. You don't want to have this. You don't want to be in the spirit or mindset of Cain that slew his brother Abel. All right, you want to be there for the brethren and make sure you watch out for the brother. Watch out for the brothers. All right, because like I said, man, we're here as a brotherhood, for each other, to uplift and exhort each other in the true knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Scripture says, "Let brotherly love continue." All right, and a part of that brotherly love is you may have to sit hours on the phone with a brother, man. Sit hours on the phone with a brother and talk to the brother and go over scriptures with brothers. And that could help that brother out alone, and that's charity, bro. All right, brothers may have been, feeling heavy in the spirit or in the mind or in their heart, man, and they need a brother to speak to. They need a brother to call. They need a brother to talk to. All right, certain brothers may, brother may not, maybe struggling financially. All right, and he may need a brother to help him, financially. Be there for him financially. Now there's dudes, all right, that will come into this truth and misuse the brotherhood. All right, but the Lord ultimately cut those niggas off, man. They ultimately get cut off. They misuse the brother's kindness, try to, just finesse the brotherhood. And that's some nigga shit, bro. And the Lord will destroy a nigga for that, man. Because you can offend brothers with that, misusing the brotherhood, all right? And you can offend, those brothers when brothers find out, because brothers gonna see it, bro. Brothers gonna understand, okay, this nigga, bro, he just coming around just to come around and use us, bro. So the Lord will ultimately cut you off, bro, all right? But sincere brothers, all right, and in a sincere brotherhood, you understand that we all, every brother go through it. Brothers have their seasons, man, all right? It's not like these brothers, brothers just be, BSing their whole time in the truth, bro. Nah, man. Brothers have their season where they will need a brother, man. Whether it be mentally, all right? Be there for them mentally, be there for them spiritually, be there for them, financially. A brother can need you, bro. That's why the scripture says, share each other's burdens. All right? Share each other's burdens, man. All right? It should never be a burden to help a brother with his burdens, man. All right? It should never be a burden for that, man. You should never see that as a burden. Ultimately, all right, you should be ready to give a helping hand to a brother. All right? I also want to grab this. It says, this is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. Oh, let me grab it, my blue letter Bible real quick. And Akim, if the audio is, choppy or you can barely hear me or anything, Bob can try to let me know, But this is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. All right? So don't just say you love a brother. Don't just say, oh yeah, I'm here for you, brother, or oh, hold on, Slacky, I can. Yeah. God, don't just say, There you go. Don't just say you love a brother, man. All right? Or yeah, man, I love you, brother. I'm here for you, brother. Cause I noticed this guy at my job. He would always tell me about how you go to church. There's one time he used to go to church, the Christian church. All right, and I don't know why he just be trying to vent, cause I don't know, man. But he was telling me a story how he was going to a Christian church. All right, and it was one of the guys there. You need anything, I'm here, bro. I got you. If you need anything, I got you. But it's pretty fucked up at the same time. All right, but the guy told him, he was like, yeah, actually, I do need something. I'm kind of homeless right now, and I kind of need some clothes. And the guy was just like, oh, really? Or he was just like, yeah, I can't really help you out with that right now. Or he said something, but he was basically saying he can't really help him with that. And he was like, what the hell? Like you just sit there and said, all right, and gave me this whole fantasy that you're here for me. You can help me out with certain things. You can be there for me. You can anything. You said anything. All right, and when it came to him asking for some clothes, all right, or just something, all right, the guy was like, basically he couldn't help him out with that. So that's not, don't just sit there and, say these things as just mere words, man. All right, but actually in deed and works and in truth. All right. So if you say you love a brother and you're there for a brother and you can help a brother, if you have it, lend unto that brother, help that brother, man. If you have the time to talk and vent, allow the brother to vent to you, give your time over and sacrifice your time, all right, to help that brother out, to allow that brother to vent to you, bro. All right, to allow that brother to come to you about certain things that he's going through, certain hell. All right, that's the point of this brotherhood, man. All right, we have a brotherhood for a reason. That's why the scripture says 2 is better than 1. All right, for when one follows, you have another to get him up, to help him up. Fall, bro. Brothers are gonna have certain times where brothers are out of it. Brothers are going through certain demons, certain things that they can't go through alone, bro. All right, you have this, and if you have that spirit of oh man, I'm going to hell too. I'm catching hell too. And it's like, the Lord sees that, bro. All right. The Lord sees that, bro. And the Lord probably sending that brother over to you to test your love for the brother, man. All right. So ultimately, when a brother comes to you, sincerely asking for your help, man. All right, asking for you to be there for him, bro. And the best thing to do is to be your brother's keeper, man. We're all here in the same fight, man. And that's charity. That is charity, bro. To be there for your brother, all right? To have open ears for your brother, to allow the brother to vent, all right? Or allow the brother to come to you, all right, for anything, man. And you're there to help him. They go, to bring it back, I want to get into version, it says, "Dear children, let us not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions." So don't just say you don't just say we love each other. All right? You know, this is not just, you know, something you can just say. All right? But show you know, the truth in your actions, man. Show that you love a brother. Show that you're there for the brother. You can help. You're gonna help the brother out. All right? Show that, bro. You know, that's the point of this brotherhood, man, is to be there for each other, bro. We're all members in the same body. All right? We're all members, a part of the same body, man. Actually, let me get that real quick. 1 Corinthians 12, verse 26. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and verse 26. It says, "And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it." All right? So, when one member of the body suffer, you know, all the members of that body suffer with it, man. All right? You know, so you got a member should help put in to help that one member out, man. We're only as strong as our weakest link, man. All right? And if a brother's going through it and catching hell and going through certain, you know, type of chastisement from the Lord, all right? Now it's ultimately, you know, from the Lord, ultimately to build the brother, all right? But it's going to be sometimes that brother's going to actually need help from the brothers as well, man. All right? There's going to be certain times where brothers are going to need to call on you, you know. Hey, brother, you know, call your number. Hey, brother, you know, I was just, you know, going through it. Got a heavy mind, you know. Ultimately, for a quick testimony, all right, I was, God damn it, I almost just hit a bird, man. Thing just walked right out of there. But I was with one of the brethren, or I had a heavy mind. So I had a heavy mind, and with that heavy mind, I was going to go to sleep. All right, I was just praying to the Lord. I was like, Lord, you know, comfort me. You know, give me comfort. You know, I was praying and, you know, asking the Lord in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why you need the names, because when you pray, all right, the Lord's going to deliver. You know, but I was praying until I was like, you know, Lord, I need comfort. You know, Babu Shah, comfort me, or at least, you know, give me a dream or something, you know, to give me comfort, you know, or give me a vision. All right. And right after I finished that prayer, one of the brethren called, man. All right. And the brother specifically was Amawan, you know, in my camp. All right. He had called. And it was like unexpected. I was like, damn, you know, and it was in a group call. That's the crazy part. It was in a group call, but it was just me and him. You know, I answered the phone, and it was just me and him in it the whole time. And in that group call, you know, the brother he didn't even know, you know, he didn't know anything. I thought we were just gonna, you know, chop it up, say a few words, and then hang up off the phone. I was just gonna go right back to bed. But ultimately, you know, the brother uplifted my spirit with scriptures, man. He gave me scriptures. He gave me, you know, and he didn't even know what he didn't know. That's just shows you that's the spirit, bro. All right, that's the Lord, man. The brother didn't know I had a heavy mind at the time, bro. So we just going through scriptures, and he just, you know, because we were just chatting out of nowhere. He was like, "Yo, that just go with this scripture," and then he brings up, you know, a scripture in Hebrews, I believe. It was saying, we have been chastised by our earthly fathers, you know. Roughly paraphrasing it, but we have been chastised by our earthly fathers, you know. But the Lord, the chastisement from the Lord is much greater. You know, we learn a lot more. All right, he started bringing, you know, these scriptures out, and I'm just like, wow, bro. You know, in my mind, I'm being uplifted, bro. So we just talking, you know, I'm talking to him about, you know, all, you know, different type of things, bro. And we bringing out scriptures and we're fellowshipping, bro. All right. And ultimately, you know, I thank the brother. All right. I thank the brother. And I told the brother, I was like, you know, I really appreciate this, bro, because you don't know how much I needed this, man. And he was like, I know, bro. I needed it too. He said, I know, brother, I needed it too. You know, so brothers be going through hell, bro. Brothers be going through hell, you know, and sometimes brothers don't want to talk about it, man. Sometimes brothers don't want to, you know, actually come out to brothers and say, hey, bro, I'm going through hell. I need you, bro, because brothers understand that every brother go through their certain hell. But it's like, damn, bro, you going to need somebody to talk to, bro. We're in this fight together. We're all in this walk together, bro. So you're going to need somebody to talk to. You're going to need a brother to be there for you, bro. All right? And so ultimately, that brother called a group call, and it was just me and him in it, man. So it was ultimately the Lord, bro. All right? And we was able to be there for each other, bro. Uplift each other. As he's bringing out scriptures, I'm bringing out scriptures. As he's saying good advice, I'm giving him, you know, good advice as well. We're exhorting each other, man. And ultimately, we both was able to get off the phone, you know, laughing, rejoicing. The phone call was hours long, bro. We were just sitting there and nobody, you know, nobody else really joined. All right, because ultimately it was the Lord that set that up, bro. All right, because every group call, you know, brothers join, brothers, you know, it'd be all the brothers in the group call. You know what I'm saying? But this time, the Lord had it where it was just me and this brother specifically, bro. And I, you know, even to this day, you know, I thank the brother for that, man. You know, but it says 1 Corinthians 12 and verse 25 that there should be no, or Salaki, verse 26, it says, and whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it. And one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. All right? So through everything, through ups and downs, bro, brothers are there for you. Brothers are around, you know? And that's something, you know, our camp personally, you know, try to practice of being there for each other more. All right? Making sure, you know, we always there, you know, if we, you know, we have it, we give it, bro. All right? We try to be there for each other, bro. That's how, you know, every brotherhood should be, man. Just being there for each other, bro. All right? Strangers have became, you know, friends. Brothers, family, man. At one point, we were strangers, man. But we became so close, all right? We can sense in the spirit when a brother's going through it, and we can call each other, bro, and exhort each other, you know? So when one member is down, we all down, you know, exhorting, helping the brother, being there for the brother, all right? But when that member rejoice, we're all there to rejoice with them, man. All right? Let me get this real quick, and I'm going to close out. It says, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 8. Actually, let me. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid in adversity. All right, so when you're rejoicing, when you're actually, you know, having a great, all right, you're in that season in your life where everything's going pretty good, a friend cannot be known, man. All right? A friend cannot be known, because that's when, you know, everybody want to be around you. You know, that's how it is with the niggas in the world, bro. All right? You don't know who's really there for you, you know, for you, or there for you, for your money, for your fame, and all the different things these niggas have in this world. All right? But in this truth, all right, we know who a brother is, man. We know the brothers, you know, are sincere. That brothers are really there for you when you're up and when you're down, man. All right? When you're striving and when you're just surviving. When you're striving and when you're just surviving, man. Brothers are there, bro. All right? But in the world, that's why niggas are so lonely in the world, bro. Because you never know who's really there for you, who's really your brother for real, man. All right? It says, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. So an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity, man. When you catching hell, all right, then you see who really not there for you. All right, then you know who the real enemy is, who the real niggas that was really praying on your downfall is, bro. All right, because you don't really have nothing more that people will say. There was this thing that was going around. I seen a post. It was like, you know, once you lose, like, for instance, your car or your house, niggas don't call your phone no more, man. Niggas in the world, people of the world, they don't call your phone no more, bro. They don't want to hear from you. They don't care about you. All right? But even in this, in this truth, it's a lot. In this truth, when you lose certain things, man, brothers are there to help you gain it back, man. Whether they're helping you financially, or they're exhorting you, bro. Are they telling you, hey, man, it's all the Lord. Continue to suffer it out. All right, and you're being exhorted, and the Lord sent those brothers there to exhort you for, on purpose, man. Okay. But come on, man. That's really all I really want to get on that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. I pray that brothers, were truly exhorted, man, and truly edified. All right, you got to be your brother's keeper. You got to be there for each other, man. So hey, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. Once again, double honor to elders and apostles, great millstone, who treat you real well. Peace and blessings to all elect. Shalom, Akim.